African uh, projects. So
Okay.
I see
We got
Guru's here.
Guru's here. Bunch of familiar faces. Welcome everybody. Happy Epochs End. Thanks for joining in. The Guru himself has arrived. Lead time is here. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Happy Epochs End.
Hello,
You
everyone.
as well, sir. Thank you.
Happy Epochs End.
Hello, Guru. You were able to make it today. That's a huge relief, my friend. Glad to have you.
It feels strange to miss a Epochs End. I felt like my week went all over the place. So yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to hear some familiar voices, and let the show commence.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, Guru, as always. I don't know if we were just talking briefly about Hero's favorite catalyst proposals. Guru and I have confessed our relative ignorance on the topic, and I think we're both looking forward to being more involved in future rounds.
Well, we can't do everything, and I think it's fair. You know, we try our best to do what we do, and we try to chip in where we can. So, Catalyst Fund 6, Prince Leonidas will vote.
He will partake.
Commitment. He shall partake.
That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna make a more of an effort, and ultimately, I know reading up on the projects and taking time to read the proposals is only going to expand my understanding of Cardano and inspire me, to come up with new ideas too. So, I was more involved in overviewing the projects in the past, but again, I just kind of overwhelmed and got to prioritize my time a bit more.
Sounds like a great opportunity for me to shamelessly give maybe the Great Filter update.
Please.
So, well, we're targeting Fund 7 to be able to cover it because there's so much preparation that needs to be done for it. But we're putting together the entire project management plan of it, and it's looking really great. The funds that's made available to us from the Treasury, combined with like just the immense amount of workforce power that you can acquire through all kinds of services, Upwork and etc. I'm so excited about getting started into it because it really, I mean, the funds are pretty long, and it might seem like, oh, there's so much time around to do it, but really it comes down to 1 week, because we can't really do the processing of anything of it until people have completed their finalization. Otherwise, you never really know if the proposed idea is completely different than on day one of submission. And since we want to get the videos and the podcast out as soon as possible, we're hiring a small army of analysts and researchers and have to write run books and guides for everything and train them beforehand so that we can execute perfectly when that hell week begins. And then hopefully have like videos ready probably 10, 14 days after finalization.
It's an interesting process, that you probably have obviously a unique perspective on, but the development process is difficult enough as it is when you're just trying to develop a new platform like this, and then having to kind of time your development around Catalyst proposal dates. Has that been difficult, or do you think it's helped like spur productivity? Or
oh, it's tremendously difficult. I'm planning and hoping to be able to take time off my day job to be able to focus on this 100% during these times. But so here's the problem: when is the finalization week in Fund 7 going to be? No one really knows. So like we can make a like projected estimate on when we believe it's going to be, but there has been postponements of the fundings. Lastly, here with Fund 4, which got postponed quite a long time before the governance of it was finally settled, and then Fund 5 began. So we'll have to wait and see. So we have to actually make not just like the plans, but we have to make contingency plans and get a hold of not just people that are able to do this, but that are also flexible enough to be able to be ready for it when we actually know when the exact dates are coming around. So extremely difficult, but
it's a unique
really
skill
cool
though
challenge.
too. You know, it's a unique skill to know how to navigate the Catalyst proposal process, and could be a very valuable skill in the near future. I mean, it already is, I guess. Yeah, if your project gets funded, it's a very valuable skill. But it's an interesting process
I'd
there.
like to think so. I like to think so that it's the people have enough faith in that. And the cynic in me tells me that they're just fed up with the bad UX, the bad user experience of Catalyst. So they feel, anything can be better. But the optimist in me thinks that, yeah, it must be that we're onto something that sounds interesting.
So you're considering taking some time off from your day job, you said?
Yeah, absolutely. Because like
And your
that
day
helps.
job is you're a barista, you said, right? On a previous episode?
Yes, I'm a professional coffee cup. No, I'm a I'm a senior DevOps developer.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of amazed that by what you've been able to do in your spare time. So I can only imagine what would develop if you were going more full time in it.
That's so kind of you. That's very flattering.
It's the truth,
I
man,
do.
and it's a huge part of these Epochs Ends for me is to get to talk to the people behind some of these projects, you know, that are very exciting, and it's a reminder, oh, everybody's just human, and we all have to, you know, it's prioritizing and this and that, and but yeah, shout out, definitely very impressive.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I do. I must confess that I do have it as one of my. It's not really a plan because you have to see how it all pans out, but a hope, if nothing else, that it becomes successful enough that the community sees enough value coming from it that they would be willing to give a bigger endowment of funding for me to be able to allocate a longer time to it and then actually be able to just quit my day job and focus for real on doing it thoroughly and through. Because this first time around, it's going to be a pilot project. It's the only way we'd be able to do it with that amount of funding and time available. So we're going to be delivering the minimal viable product to test, like, does this add more value to the community? Because if it doesn't, we should get another dime. But if it turns out that, yeah, like this really helps people, then I'm already contemplating going all in and saying fuck it to the day job.
Well, I like your approach because it does seem like that is the rather than going for one big round of funding, right? The Catalyst project is more focused on these incremental deployments of ideas, right? And continued funding, like through what you're talking about, right? Minimum viable product, community gets to interact with it, decide how they feel about it. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. So yeah, it's exciting.
If you don't mind me asking, hey, lead time, where are you based?
Hey, Buck. I'm based in UK, little south of London.
Awesome. I only asked because I'm in desperate need of senior DevOps people. So you said like the magic word, and I was like, I will fly over and find this lead time guy.
I'll handle this lead time. I'm his as his representative here. I will handle all contract negotiations for lead time. Thank you. 5% goes to me.
All right, we'll discuss offline. Thanks.
Oh, send me a DM. I'm always curious to hear what's going on.
Yeah, happy to. We'll connect offline, but yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. Cheers. Oh, and as a little weird flex that hasn't really panned out to anything yet, I've been chatting with Guy from the Coin Bureau. If you guys, a lot of you probably are well. I think he's the biggest YouTube channel for crypto in the world now.
Guy. Yeah, no, he's great.
He's genuinely really interested in the great filter because he's got a sizable portion of ADA in his bags and believes in the project as well. So he's a really busy guy, so it's super fucking hard to for us to find the time that suits us both. But who knows? Fingers crossed. Maybe there'll be some coffee mug selfies. And what else can happen?
Are you looking for some type? I mean, it seems like every time I go on YouTube, there's a new Coin Bureau video. I think I'm subscribed. So yeah, it seems like it would be hard to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the update lead time. I don't see Dumpling in here. I was going to say maybe it's time for our China update, but I'll see her in there. Guru, anything
I think
Cardano
Dumpling's
related?
busy as well, making more and more videos. I'm confident that she's going to be turning up.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
guys, I think I've managed to mute my microphone on my headphones, and I was trying to speak and I couldn't. So apologies. I was just going to say to you, Epoch Pool. So it's a couple of things. Firstly, I'm not sure if any of you noticed, but Epoch Pool have doxed themselves. 420, I know you like people to dox themselves. Are
It's
you
very
happy?
liberating. Yes.
So welcome Alonso. His name is Alonso, if you don't know.
Oh, really?
Check him out. He's a cool dude. So do check out his profile, follow him on Twitter. And he's also rich, so it's good to know rich people. He's got 1 million ADA stakes. So yeah, so that's one thing. Secondly, obviously, congrats to anyone holding any unsigs that got sold out this epoch. So that was interesting. And we did have a tweet about the unsigs from the chair of the South Bank Centre in London. And that was a great win, I think, for Cardano as a whole. He did mention Cardano in the tweet. So that was nice to see. And on a personal front, I managed to make it through the last 5 days. So I'm happy with that. And things are looking good. So thank you everyone for your kind words who did sort of reach out to me. It's much appreciated. So yeah, those are my 3 things. So Alonso has doxed himself, unsigs are sold out, and I'm okay.
We're glad, Guru. And this just earlier today, I was actually thinking about how one of the huge lessons for me of the whole stake pool experience and just involvement in Cardano and blockchain in general, but is the value of reliability. And I'm not saying this because you couldn't make it last week. I'm saying it because we've had 3 months of unbroken Epochs Ends. And it's just your pool also, though. You've been here since the testnet, and your pool has been processing transactions, and that is the true goal that I'm striving for. Is that reliability, and how kind of being an SPO puts that all in perspective in a very unique way, in a very concrete way, right? You can't wiggle out of not producing blocks or missing blocks,
yeah. In some ways, when you start, it's kind of nice that you start with a small stake, because if you get it wrong, there's less angry people. I think for me, when I got my first big delegation, it became very serious and very scary. And I don't think that's something that we really appreciate. So when you are a node operator and you've got quite large whales in your node, you don't want to let them down. As much as obviously you don't want to let yourself down, because I've got a decent amount of pledge. I don't want to miss out on my rewards, right? But I think as a whole, you look at your node and think, well, this is something that I can't afford to go down. And once it goes down, something does go wrong, it's on the blockchain forever. You might be able to not talk about it or not draw attention to it, but eventually it will show up on the stats. So for me, I think a stake pool, you got to set it up in a way that's going to keep going. And that's something that I've tried to do when I first started. So initially I was running the node myself on my own local machine. And then I spoke to Cheap Staking, and he has been managing my node. And this guy has more than 10 years experience of IT, and he sits there lurking around in the quiet, but he knows his stuff. He's amazing at what he does. And so together with my pledge, his know-how, and a bit of marketing, we managed to get this thing up and running, and it's kept going. And there were times where you weren't sure if you're going to make it, right? Because there's people out there with bigger platforms with 20 pools or whatever. And it was difficult. Like day one, when we had D was 98 or 96 or 0.96, to get a block was very difficult. So if you are new and you want to run a stake pool, there are challenges, but don't let it put you off. Do try it, because it adds to a decentralization. I want to see as many stake pools out there as possible that are viable, run by different people, different teams all over the world. That would be beautiful. That's what I go into Cardano for, not to pay someone's pension for running 8 pools. So, yes.
And also, the intersection, because we can put anything down on paper. Oh, you need this, this, and this to set up a stake pool. And there can be technically accurate requirements, but it doesn't take into account that, life happens. And, that could be personal, emotional, financial. There's a lot of things surrounding the node. And I guess what I'm grateful for is it's helped me just pinpoint things in my life that are causing me to be unreliable. And I'm saying, I'm being kind of critical, but in a constructive way, to just focus on things. Okay, this helps me maintain this reliability. And that doesn't mean you have to, eat dinner at the same time every night and hang out with the same people every day, but more so just that mental state of, am I focused, or my ducks in a row? And every 5 days, that blockchain doesn't lie. The Epochs End comes, and it doesn't matter if you had the best intentions, right? What matters is the node up and running? Is it connected? Is it ready to process transactions? And that's a simple yes or no, And so it's kind of refreshing that you really can't wiggle your way out of that. And I give have the utmost respect for SPOs who've been here since day one and who have maintained throughout. That's really impressive, and it's one of the highest compliments I think I could give somebody in Cardano, is to just say they've ran a node reliably, because there is a lot more that goes into it, than you would first think. But yeah.
I would just
100%.
add that when I first started my stake pool on the mainnet, there was a lot of people who are highly capable, and they got all the tech stuff right, and they thought that, okay, I'm going to get the tech right and everything else is just going to magically happen. Unfortunately, if you do want to get delegators, you need to have some presence in the community. And no matter how great you are, unfortunately, unless you let people know about it, they will never find you. So if you're a new stake pool operator, don't be shy. Get out there, get to know people, talk, and you just need to find people in your niche. Like, you don't need a lot of people to like you. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need your niche of people to delegate to you, and that's enough to get you going.
You just need rich people to like you.
That does help.
Just be yourself, but in a way that's palatable to rich people. Pass it through a filter of accessibility, so rich people don't feel alienated.
I just got a great new idea for the great filter.
A great idea for what? Sorry.
I say I got a fantastic idea of an addition to the great filter.
Rich people friendly.
Exactly.
Does not pose any threat to existing power centers.
Well, like you said, Cardano 420, I think that was one of your best quotes. Be aware of centralizing forces, and they exist. People are institutionalized. They are used to certain structures. They believe in command and control. They like to put themselves up as centers of influence. And I think it's important to, as much as we want to have our say and be heard, it's important that the community stays diverse and no single person or single group who kind of come along and create a little network and take over the network. And I think we have to be very wary of that. We think it's not possible, but the stats tell us that it is. So be very wary.
Another aspect to that too is be wary of what was it? People who claim to be pursuing power so that they can use it to help people, right? Get out of my face with that shit. Like, I just don't. And again, a lot of people do that with the best intentions, but they've just been duped. They've been tricked, right? So this like power structure has a way of just of convincing people that they can wield it, right? Like the Lord of the Rings shit. It's just, but as soon as you put on the ring, it's got you. It controls you, and there's just no way around it. And you'll only be able to stay in a position of power, right? If you adhere to what it wants. The position itself just wants to grow in power, and it's going to use you to do that. And as soon as you're not useful for doing that, it'll discard you, right?
Absolutely. And even further than that, even if you do manage to get the benevolent dictator, now you have a structure where all it takes is that somebody pushes him off the pedestal, and now they are in control.
And unfortunately, I mean, pretty much everywhere around the world, when do you see a country peacefully progressing in the direction of decentralized power, even in quote unquote strong democracies, right? The executive branches, whether it's a prime minister, the president, they're just consolidating power, and I obviously would rather live in a democracy and get to vote, but if ultimately the rich are getting richer and the powerful are accumulating more power, then you know what I mean? What are we even? So, anyways, it's something hopeful for me about Cardano, though, is this decentralized future, this immutable future, where we're able to communicate our shared values seamlessly and efficiently in a way that will just completely, make these power centers kind of reveal them for what they are, which is really just a a vessel for corruption. You know, anytime someone has more power than their neighbor, obviously, hopefully they'll use it for good. But over time, you know, average out those numbers, it gets used for the personal benefit of whoever's in that position. So I'm trying to personally avoid all situations, whether it's personal, financial, professional, where I feel like I am wielding some type of power over someone, some type of coercive power, and rather focus on is what I'm trying to do or trying to affect in this situation in the best interest of both parties. Because I don't need to wield power if that's the case. I just need to communicate effectively. And it's challenging.
Just to add to that, I think the beautiful thing about a decentralized system is you can make it stronger by helping others. And I don't mean that in a very sort of, I'm going to give to charity or give value away. What I mean is, if you can make other people around you stronger, then the network becomes stronger, the group becomes stronger, and we are able to sustain attacks and pressure further down the road. Well, if we have a few big actors and they get IRC investigation, IRS investigation with 30 nodes, that's not going to be good. So let's try to give power to different people around the world. Let's try to keep us decentralized and avoid those centralizing tendencies that we have. You know, the need to have somebody to tell us what to do or someone to guide us. You know, the whole point of crypto is that you are your own person. You have your own sovereignty. And there are some Bitcoin maximalists that say that. I don't mean that in a terrible way. I don't mean that you don't look after your neighborhood, you don't pay your bills. But what I mean is, you know, take as much responsibility as you can for your own assets and your own decisions. If you're not sure, ask others. And that's okay to ask, but do not blindly follow a few people just because you think they are a safe bet, because everyone is capable of bad things. Everyone is capable of good things. So for me, I never think of people as good or bad. I just think people do different actions. And sometimes they're things that I like, sometimes they're things that I don't like. That's okay. I'll just block people I don't like and have a nice life. But generally, you know, in a decentralized system, going back to my main point, we grow stronger by making others stronger, and that's beautiful.
I'd love to just respond to that, because, you know, I was going to mention how supportive Cardano is, and I think that's kind of what you're getting at in a way. From my perspective, is, you know, the community here is definitely very strong. So when you reach out for help, like, you get it tenfold. And, you know, I think just a quick side story here on kind of Cardano and the Cardano Foundation. So I don't know if anyone on the call has an IOG delegation or a Cardano Foundation delegation. If you are, like, throw up some signals.
I hate you all.
So they're all killing it, right, and doing well. And what's, you know, there's this group that we met back actually at the Bitcoin conference. A group of SPOs ended up randomly meeting there, and one of the groups was struggling with their pool, and they said they weren't making blocks. And, you know, me and my buddy's ears kind of pricked up, and we're like, well, what do you mean? What's wrong with it? And, like, our problem solving kind of kicks in, and it's like, well, no, let us help you. And, you know, long story short, you know, we kind of redid, you know, Rare Pool's infrastructure. So we kind of got moved away from their Azure build out, and did something new, and basically got them going. And boom, like, right after we got things working, you know, a block came, the first block in a long time. You know, we moved some delegation over ourselves from our pool, and we were like, okay, let's invest in you, right? And it was basically our first go at, like, providing kind of staking support, you know, directly to another pool, because, you know, we're pretty strong on the technical side. So we wanted to really help, right? And, you know, it worked out great. We got one block. We're thrilled with the model. Things are going great. And then, like, 5 days go by, and I get a message of just, like, a whole bunch of holy fuck, just, like, curse words everywhere. And I was like, oh no, what happened? Something terrible. And I come into a 15 million delegation to this pool that we helped up. So, you know, I run into these guys at a bar. I help them get set up, and then they get a 15 million delegation in, like, a week. And they went from, like, zero to running. And I was like, wow, like, that's incredible that, like, we can do that, and that's possible. And I think that's kind of what's so fueling for me, and I think for others, is that in the excitement of crypto in general, is that you can go from 0 to 60. And, you know, DeFi provides all these tools, you know, to people with a low barrier to entry, right? Like, $2 to make an NFT today is, like, insane. You know, like, you can get something ready to auction for a couple bucks. So infrastructure is just wildly cheap now, and that plus the community willing to help you use those tools, that plus the community willing to pay you to build more tools for other people, it's kind of this just like beautifully designed ecosystem.
And
I don't think
it's
people give it enough credit. It's masterful.
Incentive alignment too, right? Because everyone's acting in their own interests, right? Like, I mean, obviously you were contributing, to that guy without expecting anything in return. But like you said, I mean, you really do benefit just by contributing to the community in a positive way, in ways that you can't really quantify necessarily right now. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I kind of feel like that's what a peaceful revolution looks like to me. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to jump in with a shameless plug for the Epoch End Discord. If you enjoy this conversation or you're looking to get questions answered or need help, come join the Epochs End Discord.
Great point, Hero. Very true. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, and it's been growing pretty quick. So hopefully each epoch we just get a few more people joining and a few more perspectives. I see we have Dumpling in the space, which is always exciting. I don't know if you're free, Dumpling, for a little China update or just maybe check in. A Fika pool update, perhaps. Cardanians, I feel like you're always in here. Shout out if you wanna jump in and chat. Just send a request and I'll get you approved.
Oh, if we're doing shout outs, I feel like we should mention Does God Place Dice?
I was actually filming an urgent video for my Chinese audience for scam warnings because some people almost got scammed today. I feel like I need to do it right now.
What do you want to? What was this most recent scam alert?
Yeah, I thought I would share the story in the space as well with all of you guys.
Please.
Before I start, I see Guru. Welcome back. Missed hearing from you. I hope everything is okay now.
Real quick, can we check Guru if she's able to hear you when you speak?
I can hear everyone. Thank you, and thank you, Dumpling. Things are good. I've managed to book in with a consultant for tomorrow, so we are doing okay.
Okay, perfect. Then I continue with this story. So scams. Basically, my Cardano China group on Telegram has almost 300 people now, so scammers are coming. Initially, they were just normal bots, which is really easy to spot. But recently, those scammers are getting really cunning. So we got full-time, real dedicated, passionate scammers aimed at Cardano Chinese community. So this one guy, he joined quite a few weeks ago, actually. It's been a long time. He joined many Cardano Chinese groups because we got Chinese traders, hodlers, and my ADA daily group. He joined all of them, and he has shown great passion for Cardano, always asking the good questions about staking, about Yoroi wallet, and things like that. So we thought, yeah, this is just a guy who loves Cardano, and he gained quite a lot of rapport and trust from the fellow Chinese delegators. Then today, the newbie delegator approached me with some screenshots. He says he feels weird about this guy. Let's call him Mr. Cunning. He says, yeah, I feel weird about Mr. Cunning because Mr. Cunning DM'd him. Basically complain about, why are you still staking? How much ADA are you staking? How much do you get? Staking is so slow. Such a young man like you with such a bright future, you shouldn't waste your time with Cardano ADA staking.
Oh God, this is insidious, huh?
So Mr. Newbie felt, okay, it's a little bit weird, but I'll hear him out. And then he proposed that I have been in Cardano and in crypto space for many years. So with all my money wasted and a lot of experience, I figured out this perfect trading strategy that's guaranteed to earn you money. So you don't need to put all your money into staking. If you want to stake, fine, but take a few thousand US dollars and trade with me. I will take care of everything for you. So here is where Mr. Newbie is raising his alarm. He may be a newbie, but he's not an idiot. So he showed me those screenshots and saying, I thought Mr. Cunning was a good guy. He always shows such passion for Cardano. Why is he saying this to me? So when I saw the screenshots about trading, I said, yeah, no, even Warren Buffett couldn't say this. This is clearly a scam, but hey, let's play him. So Mr. Newbie is on board. Now we're playing this guy. So he started playing dumb and say, no, I don't know how to withdraw fiat. I'm stuck. Can you help? And Mr. Cunning started saying, oh no, okay, let me help you with this. Can you take a screenshot or screen recording of your Yoroi wallet on your phone?
Oh,
This is
wow.
a giveaway. Like, we know you can't do that on Yoroi on your phone, right? So this just shows Mr. Cunning doesn't care about Cardano. He doesn't know about Yoroi. He just wants your ADA or your money. And then
Or,
Mr.
you know,
Noob, yeah,
he does care about Cardano. Maybe he's just terribly desperate and, you
or
know, no, I'm kidding. He's a piece of
Cardano
shit.
as far as he wants to earn money from it. And then Mr. Newbie is a really good actor. He's like, no, 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 we can't do that because of security reasons and all that. But Mr. Cunning doesn't stop there. He doesn't give up. He said, fine, let's scratch the plan for trading and for screen grab. How about you click on my link and join this world's biggest exchange called the Dot, like Polkadot. It's the world's biggest exchange. If you put in some fiat money, you'll get double the money back. Okay, so we just stopped here. We know it's a scam. Then I screenshotted everything and basically put this guy on display in every single Cardano China channel, telling people scammers are getting real smart these days. They're not bots anymore. They're fully dedicated. Like this, Mr. Connie even asked, how many people are in your family? What do you do for a living? Who can support you when things are going wrong? Why are you wasting your bright future with Cardano staking? All that kind of emotional, deep questions. Luckily, this delegator has some kind of alarm raised and he didn't fall for it. But I feel like many people could potentially fall for this because when I shared this in the group, one guy recognized Mr. Cunning and said, yeah, he approached me with the same tactic. Sadly, I lost 500 US dollars, but I was kind of embarrassed to say it. So he did
Well,
get
and that's
scammed.
the hard part is real quick. It's just when people do get scammed, it's easy to say, "Oh, you idiot," you know, because but again, I feel like that makes it more likely that people are just embarrassed, you know, and they don't want to share it because so if anybody has been scammed, you know, the best thing you can do karmically is share it and because you'll be putting out good energy into the world, helping prevent that from happening to other people, you know.
Absolutely. So that's my story. Really angry today, but also very lucky that not more people have fallen for it. I hope this helped people out there, and you can all go out and educate your delegators not to fall for scams.
Yeah, that's a great point. And the people in that Telegram are very lucky to have someone who's as engaged as you are, Dumpling, to protecting the people in that space, and that's a very valuable thing too that you can't really quantify, you know, but it probably will help a lot of people, just that one video from today, you know.
Thank you. And nice to hear from all of you. I heard nice discussions about power. Very interesting.
Yeah, we're working it all out in here, people, one epoch at a time. I think we're making good progress. What a tasteful gong ring, Guru. You're getting better every week.
Is it getting better? I've
Oh
done
yeah, that
something
was
different this
nice.
time.
That
So,
was really
oh,
pleasant.
okay. Excellent, excellent. Thank you, thank you.
He's gonna hypnotize us one day and then be like, okay, now send me your seed phrase. Happy Epochs End, and then he disappeared.
Oh, bless you, 420. But happy Epochs End, everyone. Happy Epochs End.
Happy
Enjoy your rewards. Unlike Ethereum holders, we get rewarded every 5 days. So let them watch us and, salivate.
If you guys don't mind, real quick, I was hoping to share some exciting news about Cardano 420.
No, not allowed. Not allowed for 20. I'm sorry.
I don't want to shill my
No,
own pool here. At the risk of sounding like a
no,
jerk.
no. We've been curious. We've been curious, actually. So tell us, what is the news and what is your new ticker? Because I want to know.
The new ticker is weed. I know we really got creative with it. We switched the ticker to weed, WEED. The first Cardano stake pool for cannabis enthusiasts. Stake, smoke, earn. Very soon, we are going to be sending CBD joints, which are federally legal in the United States, to delegators to Cardano 420 who choose to receive that little signing bonus. Our fees are 420, and a little inspiration from the guru there. And our fees are going to be 0% out of the gate, because I know how valuable those extra few dollars can be. So we're going to start at 0%, and as we feel and the community feels it's justified, we will that'll evolve over time. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who reached out and had kind words over the past few weeks. It's been incredibly valuable to me just personally. So thank you guys so much, and please keep an eye out for ticker WEED. We'll be able to produce blocks in 2 epochs, and yeah, no, thank you guys. I'm hoping hope it connects with people. We were having some issues with the numerical ticker symbol anyway, so it had been something we were discussing, and very soon we also have a unique original NFT line that we're calling the OG collection. It's going to be 12 strains of cannabis, all the most well-known popular strains from around the world, and each one's going to have its own animated NFT associated with it, and that's going to be another gift for delegators. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys on that. Thank you so much, everybody who's shared kind words recently.
Thank you for Tony. We were all very curious. Exciting to hear that.
I'm grateful to, disappointed that things with the 420 ticker maybe weren't, didn't iron out quite the way I expected. But, it is a learning experience, and I encourage everyone who is interested in operating a Cardano stake pool, just protect your keys. Protect your keys. When you need help, go to people who have a good reputation in the community. And again, no legitimate actor will ever ask you for the keys to your funds. And the same is true of operating a stake pool, whether you're doing it yourself or you're getting help from someone else. Just protect your keys. And if it's too good to be true, it is. And it's been just such an incredible learning experience. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and keep your eye out for the new and improved Cardano 420 ticker WEED. Exciting stuff. We got Magic Cat and we got Cardania in here too now.
Before we move on Cardano 420, I just want to take a moment and say well done. And there's 2 rules of crypto. Step 1, show up. Step 2, survive. And what I mean by that is you're going to have setbacks. You're going to get scammed. Things are going to go wrong. You're going to make mistakes. It's all very, very new. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be embarrassed of it. Learn from others and share that knowledge. And, like hardware wallets, like even if you don't understand why it's secure, just get one. Like you don't need to understand everything all the time. Just if somebody that you've listened to for ages says to you, get a hardware wallet, like seriously, if you hold more than $1,000 in crypto, just get a Nano S. That's like what, $60 at the moment, 420?
Yes, yeah, Nano S, and it can be at your house if you have the demonic Amazon Prime in about 2 days, which was my experience.
But we recommend buying direct. That's important.
Oh, sorry. You know what? Ledger does have an official Amazon account. So as long as you're on Amazon, just make sure it's through the official. But yeah, I mean, you end up spending an extra $20 on shipping if you get it from Ledger directly. That was my only. But there is an official Ledger account.
Yep. Yeah. So anyway, that was my main point. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for showing up. And we'll hopefully look back at this in 5-10 years and go, aren't you glad you stuck around?
No, absolutely. And if Cardano goes to 0 and Ethereum, Vitalik becomes our next immortal global emperor, I will stand corrected, and I would still have no regrets about the choices I've made as far as my pursuits in crypto. Up to this point, I kind of started learning in 2017, and I'll never forget the feeling of I went, there's 1,000 other Bitcoins? I was like, what the hell? How could there be 1,000 other Bitcoins? Because I was starting to understand the concept of Bitcoin and how important it really was. And of course, my realizations coincided with a bull run. But nonetheless, it did get through to me. And I was able to click. But then I was like, there's 1,000 other Bitcoins. What the hell is going on? And I believe ADA was at the top of my list. I think I wrote down a list, if I remember, of like 10 altcoins, quote unquote. And I think maybe ADA was at the top of my list because I just organized it alphabetically. And I thought, I'm going to just go through these kind of other top and just see what they're claiming they do differently, right? Like, how could they differentiate? And I started with Cardano, and I was absolutely blown away. I mean, I was it was all I could think about, talk about for weeks. And then I slowly started working my way down the list, right? Thinking I was going to find some other incredible, mind-blowing project. And it was like, next up was like Tron. Next up after that was Ripple. And I was just like, oh, fuck, these all suck. And, I don't want to take Cardano for granted because, the financial incentives are incredible. And I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to having a yacht that I park in the south of France and all this, you know what I'm saying? But I've learned so much about blockchain in general from Cardano. So again, in this, unimaginable scenario where it goes to zero, I have no regrets. I've learned far more in value than what I put in financially. So, but yeah, thank you, Guru, and I appreciate it. And that's another great piece of advice is there are people within the Cardano community with a good reputation, and 99% of the time, there's a good reason they have that reputation. And the Cardano community is highly, highly skeptical. I think partly because so many people came over from Ethereum and have tried other projects and been burned in one way or another. And the worst way to burn yourself on a crypto project is wasting your time investigating, reading about, researching a shit project that by the time you spend a few weeks of time here and there reading about it, you realize, oh, this is just shit. This is just garbage. They're just copying. They're just doing shitty implementations of what other people are already doing.
Cardano 420.
Yeah.
I must on this occasion bring you back to the light.
Right. No, yeah, everything has its place.
But before I stop you, I concur. And I think when you look deeper than a few headlines and you look at actually, because ultimately, what is a cryptocurrency, right? It's on a software level, it's just a piece of code and you want as many nodes as possible to run it. But then there's a whole community behind that. And what we mean by that is not we all hold hands and sing, Alleluia. What I mean is we have a vested and a similar interest because we have a stake in this network and we want it to be as secure as possible. And the game theory relies on us as stakeholders to make it as secure as possible, because if we choose not to, then the system fails. And that's the human element of a proof of stake network. So, and don't ever think that it's not going to fail, because we can all sit here and do nothing. And the few people who are moving around and trying to move power around are going to take over. And then we will have another failed crypto project. So I am positive about it, but at the same time, we should not be blinded to the possibilities of our failure. And we should not, take things for granted and assume we've just made it, because I'm not in Cardano for a quick buck. I want to be here in 10, 20, 30 years and go, that was a great project to be a part of. And I hope others in this community who are like that come and, join this debate and, we spread that type of thought amongst the community, not, make quick bucks and I don't know what you're going to do with that money. Maybe I have too much of it, so I don't care. But, financial gain is it's a dead end. How far do you go, right? So think about other things. Think about how you want the world to be. And Cardano can help you make that happen.
Cardano can help you make that happen. And to me, it's like, okay, what is the blockchain technology even about? What is the point of it? Why is it valuable? Everybody's caught up in MILF coin and Dogecoin and this and that and fucking this guy I watch on Twitch likes this one, so I'm going to get rich. And they miss the whole idea that the whole point of blockchain is to decentralize, right? It's to empower the individual to be their own bank, to express what they feel and what they believe in a financial sense. And, to what extent is the project you're investing in going to help do that? Actualize real decentralized power in our society as a global society too. And when I think in those terms, I don't want to make fun of, but like ETH 2.0, yo, ETH 2.0, yo. Like it's a beautiful idea, and they did a great job up to this point. But does anyone really? I mean, even I won't be negative. I believe in Cardano. I believe that it has the best chance of affecting real, concrete, tangible, decentralized change in our society. That's why I bought in, right? That's why I spend my time learning about it.
Cardano 420, just to be clear, are we anti-wrapping? Because I have to call my manager and cancel the studio.
Well, my first thought when I saw that video, I saw it sober once, right? And I just recoiled in horror and I had to shut it off, right? And I was like, oh, that can't be real. And then and then like a couple of days later, I smoked a joint and I watched it, and I felt an overwhelming sense of like sympathy for Vitalik, because I feel like he just doesn't have people around him who really care about him, because they wouldn't have let him do that. But also, I thought I would love to see a rap battle between Charles and Vitalik, because he did have some moments where he had a couple bars, and I thought, oh, okay, he's like, maybe he's a fan of the genre. But I think that would be a cool. They're not going to have a boxing match, obviously. So like we could get something together where they maybe like a rap battle. We'll see what happens.
So just to summarize, no rapping. Anybody in the Cardano community, please. Apart from the bird has not spoken. Therefore, if he chooses to only speak
the bird
in rap,
raps.
That would be acceptable.
Bird raps. He could do like a whole album.
Indeed. But we have some big news. I know Cardano 360 went out a few days ago. How many people have watched it, and what was the main summary?
Anybody care to contribute? My main takeaway from it was that I did catch a little hesitancy on the timeline, but Charles has come out since then and kind of confirmed September 1st. We should expect some major action. But other than that, yeah, lead time. You want to jump in?
Yeah, it's the 360 coverage, because Alex from NASIC and me put out our first show on that, Cardano 720, where I think we ended up spending 1.5 hours covering all of the news and a little bit here and there and then some. It was kind of a stale episode of 360, apart from, of course, having the most amazing Project Catalyst proposal review ever. With both Great Filter and Dumplings China Info Hub in it. But there was some really cool takeaways from it. It's really nice when you get metrics out, like the 32,500 registered wallets. And I was blown away by the fact that they have already set up 1 million identities of the 5 million projected identities in Ethiopia's student group. Because
that is incredible,
with systems like this, it's really the first ones that's the hardest to set up, and then when you get that rolling, then the rest is literally just tedious, not paperwork, but like, you get what I mean, just the entry of it. So the fact that they already have 1 million in means that everything must be running smoothly, and that right now it's literally just down to the people on the ground to type it all in and double check the facts.
The idea that 1/5 of the students in Ethiopia are already in the process of being onboarded is kind of it's an incredible stat when you think of just the type of things we're talking about. Again, like scaling has been such an amorphous kind of concept, because no one has really been able to do it yet, so to see it happening in real time, and I do feel bad for the devs at IOHK, because it's almost like the more information they feed us, the more just thirsty for information we get, but it's only because there's such incredible things happening, so I'm sure to them it's like, get off our back, we're doing it, but we're all just sitting here excited about these huge implications of even just the Ethiopia deal. Again, it's easy to lose sight of some of these things that are in the works, but yeah, that's incredible. 1 million students, over 1 million already is pretty incredible.
Speaking of the IOG devs, I did have a teeny tiny little drunken rampage at them on camera on the show, because this is something that's been bothering me for a long time, and I hope that they get it, and I hope they get the tongue-in-cheek in it. But IOG is worth, with today's price, IOG is worth close to $4 billion. And for some reason, somebody who's accountable thinks that it's okay for them to use $10 bargain bin microphones when they're presenting all this material and their hard work. And it just irks me something terribly. Just spend $100, buy some Yeti Blue microphone or some red microphone or something like that, and don't sound like audiographic torture when you're speaking out loud to the massive community dying to hear you.
I'll take the devil's advocate position and say anything that is going to like drive away maybe a fair weather fan who maybe, oh, their microphones don't sound good, so I'm not going to buy into this project. It's like, I honestly am at this point, I'm like trying to just pray that the price stays where it is or drops. I don't mean to, if anybody has long positions or whatever, but for me personally, I mean, it's almost like a blessing. I'm like, nice, don't say it too loud. I don't want everyone to hear how impressive this is. I need to accumulate more.
Okay, that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, so just count our blessings now, because ADA is going to be $10 soon, not financial advice. And we're all going to be looking back and going, God, I was so nonchalant with my NFTs and my this and my that. And nothing wrong with NFTs. They're awesome. But, I try to remind myself to just appreciate the current state of things, because I have a feeling, again, not financial advice, but that when Cardano, I mean, when we enter the Goguen era and we're firmly in the Goguen era, I just cannot see how basically 50% of the market cap of every other smart contract platform comes to Cardano. That's a bold prediction, but I just don't understand. Well, I guess time will tell. I'm not in the business of predictions, but I think we're going to see it's like we're going to be on board a runaway train at that point, so I guess we'll see that.
And to add to that, I think to some extent, the most exciting projects on Cardano are not going to be the ones that transfer over. I think something native on chain that takes advantage of all of Cardano's features will be the thing that will be the killer app. I don't see that as being some, if Uniswap came to Cardano, yeah, that's volume, but there's no real innovation there. And I think things that are coming that are going to be Cardano native are going to be super exciting. So that's what I would look out for. I'm looking at projects from certain groups. So, whatever they bring out, I think will be groundbreaking.
We got two speakers who haven't chimed in yet, Cardania and Magic Cat. I think Magic Cat's going to yell at me about not having sent him his Epochs End NFT yet, but it is coming.
I'm not much of a yeller.
I promise. I got your name on the list. It's coming. I have no excuse beyond just pure laziness and carelessness.
Hey, man.
But it has your name on it, and it's coming your way.
Hey, it's just like all the things that come with Cardano, all in good time.
Exactly. He gets it.
Yeah.
We have the best community. There you go.
I don't have like a ton of stuff to expound on today, but I'm just like, I'm aboard the hype train. I love everything that's happening. I think we're about to hit a crazy time in Cardano. I don't know if you guys were around for when Ethereum's big explosion happened, but that's about to happen with Cardano. There's going to be a multiplicity of things that happen. Some projects will succeed, some projects will fail, some projects will take a long time. Regardless, you guys are in a great space. Don't second guess yourself. Relax. Invest in things that bring you joy and utility, and you're going to be fine. I do have one. I have one. What is it? Self promo thing to do. Is that on Friday night? Yeah. Shameless self promotion. 10 p.m. We've been doing marbles on stream, which I would invite everybody to attend. We're providing NFT prizes. It's through Twitch, so all you need is a Twitch account. You don't need to download anything. You just kind of hang out in the chat and you type !play, and it gives you a little marble, and you may win some NFTs from various creators. Last week, our grand prize was Aeonium Sky made us a lovely little marble for the grand prize of the night. So join us for that. That's with Cardania, and you guys, you're in a great space. Don't second guess yourselves. Don't being humble is great, but look, you're all number one stunners. You've picked a good project. Enjoy the life
you said stunners or stoners?
Well, maybe both. It's okay to be both.
I'd like to think I'm the number one stoner, but I guess that's my ego, huh?
You may be the number one stoner, my friend.
Maybe that's next year. We get all SPOs who want to who want to
Cardano for
participate
20.
in a virtual smoke off. Yeah.
Talking of the good herb and the weed, are you sure IOHK is not going to remove your ticker?
I'm not sure, and you
Because I
know,
can't find you. I'm trying to delegate and I can't find you.
on weed.
Yes.
Oh, that's not good, huh?
You show up on pool.pm, but you're not showing up on my Daedalus.
Oh, you know what? I think we have to. I think it's a matter
It's
of two
it's a
epochs.
data problem.
Oh,
No, not necessarily. They only have a single server that picks up on this, and it can be awfully dreadful. I updated my pool's URL like a week ago, and my pool was gone from the entire wallet for like 4 days.
yeah. I guess I got to look into that. I'm seeing it as on pool PM as well. You're not able to
Uh,
delegate though on in the wallet.
Nothing wrong with your pool. If you want to do something actionable, write a support ticket for IOHK.
I'll keep an eye out for 20, don't worry.
Yeah, I'll keep
I'm on the case.
everybody updated. But yeah, thanks a lot, Guru. Stressing me out. I can't think straight now.
My apologies, but I was trying to bring you good news. I was going to be like, look, I'm going to delegate live on the show. I mean, Prince Leonidas is going to delegate live on the show because if HMRC ever asks, it's Prince Leonidas' money. So yeah, whenever it's ready, I'm happy to give you a bit of support, but I can't see you at the moment. Sorry, has Cardano put when you run off? Oh God, I hope I haven't scared him too much. Right, who do we have on here who would like to speak?
I'm down to hang out and talk, guys. I mean, we're hanging
Go on,
out
Magic,
with
do it.
an
This is a hangout
educational
place.
community, you know, and you know, he said that we were skeptical as Cardano, but I would maybe use the word scrupulous or, you know, wily. I don't know, like there's
Wiley.
yeah, there's elements of us
You're
that
discerning. You're discerning,
yeah,
my friend.
absolutely, absolutely. We've seen what's going on.
Oh,
There's
Magic Cat, I can't hear
conversation of
you. I
like,
don't know if
you know,
that's.
even if
Oh, you're back. Sorry, you cut
is
out
it
for a second.
oh sorry. Okay, sorry about that. That may just be my location. Um, uh, but you know, there was some conversation about what if Cardano goes to zero. It's like even if that were to happen, all of the things that Cardano's brought to the table are still here. All of those studies they've done, all the peer-reviewed documentation, all the things that they've created are now, you know, available to the world. So those things are still benefits to us.
I think that's the beauty of an open source network, and very few seem to. Well, I hate to say this; it sounds really elitist and horrible, but people don't seem to grasp the nature of an open source system and how it works and what the value in an open source system is. It's not in the code because yes, the code needs to be built, but it's about how you use that code. Are you a consultant who develops it? Are you someone who implements it? That's, you know, you look at stuff like, you know, Linux and how that's grown. 20 years ago, nobody would have even thought that would be a viable ecosystem. So I think, you know, in the age of open source, we have to think a bit differently, and we need to encourage that thinking in our community.
Absolutely. I mean, even going back to the original cypherpunks and battling the government in order to get the original encryption going, you know, like that, every level of, and now where we are, and you know, there's no taking that back. That knowledge is now in the world.
Yeah, and I think the more people we can educate, and this is where it's not so much about talking to loads of people at once in small amounts. Sometimes if you just take that moment to get someone over that threshold, there are loads of people who I meet who understand cryptocurrency in a way that's very early, very primitive. It's like, I've heard this thing in The Guardian and they said someone's going to scam me, so I don't want to touch it. And that's basically their exposure to cryptocurrency at the moment. So, you know, there is a role to be played by having a one-to-one discussion or being human. And hopefully Epochs End and being here and talking to people with voices helps people think, well, hold on, there are other individuals out there who believe the same as me, who think that this thing is possible. And we as human beings need that. We can't do it on our own.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. I need to leave early today to finish the anti-scam video. So I have to leave early, but I hope you guys have the rest of the
Show's
meeting.
over, guys. Dumpling's leaving. It's over. Call it.
No, for 20, you can't do this. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon, and I hope you have a happy Epochs End.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for the
coming,
update.
Dumpling.
These
Thanks
are
for
You
the
too,
update.
Dumpling. You
Yeah.
rock.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Bye.
Yeah, dang it. I don't see the, where's Weed Pool? Why isn't it showing up in your Roy? Is it going to take 2 epochs before? No, I'm what?
You know,
Anyways.
at 420, we had an error last week. We actually, I think we submitted like an IOHK registration through GitHub, and we actually had like a semicolon that was off, and it killed our listing for like a few days. So it may be, I don't know if you've submitted anything through GitHub recently, but maybe worth looking at.
Definitely. Yeah, no, I'll look into it. A little distracted right now. Sorry, guys. But overall, keep an eye out for Cardano 420, ticker weed, big things coming. And eventually, you'll even be able to delegate.
420. 420. I
Yes,
have
sir.
news. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Everyone, suspense.
What's happening?
Hold on. Let's see if this works, Cardano 420.
I need like a heartbeat sound going.
Dum 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 dum.
I can't hold my breath this long, Guru.
This is too much suspense. But this is
Yeah,
the
maybe
technology
this
we're
is our first Epochs End show that ends with a cliffhanger, huh? I always like those.
in. We are not ending it on this cliffhanger. We're going to get this done, Cardano 420.
Yeah, I think so. There might be some confusion as of right now. We are not ticker weed any longer. We are currently we are not 420. Sorry, ticker 420 any longer. We are now currently ticker weed. So if you are looking for Cardano 420 and you come upon 420, these logistical things, you know, they can be quite frustrating. But
I must say I'm disappointed a little bit. I would have thought you would have gone for Cardano.
Cardano. Damn. And you tell me this now. Everybody always saves the good ideas for after I've put it on the blockchain.
Damn it, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's fair game right there. I won't be hurt if anybody wants to take that. But actually, let me be careful. I think I would be hurt, but I wouldn't hold it against you.
You can still market it as that, though. You know, it doesn't work as a ticker. Cannabis pool, ticker weed.
Shit, that's hard to argue with. Cardannabis, ticker weed.
I'm here every epoch. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see. It's the art of iteration, people. We have to embrace it.
Cardano 420.
Yes.
Cardano 420. I have good news.
What's that?
The cat, Prince Leonidas, the third of his name from House Guru.
Yeah.
Has successfully managed to
representing the House of Guru.
Warden of the Decentralands. That's his full title, by the way. I tried to tell them in the pet store, but they wouldn't listen to me. I had to call him Leo in the end. It's terrible. But I have good news.
What is it, Guru?
The cat has delegated to your stake pool.
Hey, we love this. We love this. That's awesome. You're the man, Guru. Or no, I'm sorry. Leonidas, third of his name.
Prince
we cherish
Leonidas.
his delegation. And he will forever hold this formal place in the history of Cardano 420 as our first feline delegator and our first delegator at all to ticker weed. So yeah, tell him I said thank you. Maybe give him some catnip, or I don't know how you treat him, but yeah, full spread.
He gets treated well. He gets treated well all the time. And my wife complains. She says, your cat is spoiled and he has your energy. And that's why he does what he wants. And I said, oh, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. Like, if he has my energy, I'm happy.
How did that come through? I mean, how did you? I'm still searching in your Roy right now for my own damn pool, and anyways,
Well,
I guess
so
we'll see.
one who does not like to be herded like cattle. I don't like barriers. So if you go onto your Daedalus or Daedalus, however you want to pronounce it, there's an option to change your server. So at the moment, when you go in by default, it will say moderated by OHK on the bottom right-hand corner. If you go into that section and it says off-chain metadata server smash, then you have three options. IOHK recommend none, it takes longer, but that's all the raw data from the blockchain. So nobody can ever censor that.
Well, shoot, there you have it, people. I hope that's not what's required going forward, but you don't think
You might need to.
I thought
You
I
might.
was I thought I was among libertarians here. You know what I'm saying?
I
There, I hope
know
they're
you
not
might need.
gonna.
Well, remember, it's a bit of a mixture of the foundation and few people who are, I guess, very corporatized and a bit institutionalized. So they might not be as liberal as the rest of us. I would suggest you ping off a support ticket just to make sure.
Yeah, it's good advice. I'll do that. I mean, you know, it's a derogatory term overall, I think, around the world of weed, right? But I've decided to embrace it because it is a testament to the hardiness of the plant and its durability and its lack of demands as far as water and specific conditions. So, you
There's no
know,
question about this. Like Charles himself described Cardano as the weed, the vines that engulf the old Stoic building. Cardano is weed.
and I felt like that was kind of revealing itself to me. And I hope that's what Cardano 420 represents to people rather than indulgence in the cannabis plant, which I do not recommend and which I have been guilty of myself. But just like with anything, there's a place for it and there's a responsible way to approach it. And I hope that if I'm ever giving off any type of information that suggests anything else besides the responsible, sustainable use of cannabis among adults, then please, people, let me know because that is the goal, and it's definitely not to encourage anyone to use any substance irresponsibly. In fact, the point of the pool is to encourage people to use both Cardano and cannabis responsibly, and if they play their cards right, even maybe at the same time.
The cat will be waiting near the post box. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if England is. The Leonidas might have to come visit the continental United States.
Oh, I think our rules are similar in regards to the high CBD plants, so you can actually sell that legally here.
At 420,
Yes.
I got some more marketing goals for you.
Okay.
Smoke ADA, stake weed.
Oof. Oh, that's scalding hot right there. Smoke ADA, stake weed. Oh man.
That's too much alpha in one day. That's too much.
That's too good right there. Not worthy. Thank you for that. All right, guys. I think that's it for me. Guru, you got anything else? Maybe pick an NFT winner for this week.
Oh, just so
going,
you're aware. Well, my backlog too. I need to send you one for your sustained of 3 months. So you had 3 months of Epochs End without missing one, which is amazing, which is one more than me. So congratulations. And so that NFT is coming. I'm thinking of putting it onto my unsig 00217, which is my personal favorite. And I shall write my words of gratitude on it and send it to you. I hope that is worthy of your, you will feel is of some value.
You know, honestly, I thought I was going to get like a paid vacation, all expenses to, some exotic location in the Caribbean with a +1. But I guess that NFTs would be cool too.
When ADA hits $10, we can talk.
Okay, we have that on record. That's going to be, we have many witnesses.
Talking of record, are we still getting the videos on YouTube? Because I couldn't get the last one.
We got ClearBlox Staking in here. I'm sure if it hasn't gotten up yet, there was either a technical issue or maybe it's
so just a shout out to ClearBlox. CBS is their ticker. they do record these shows and put them on YouTube for us. So thank you so much for doing that. It's much appreciated. And send them some support. If you've got a small bag of ADA, delegate with CBS. And if you want to create some trouble, delegate to Weed.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. No, you CBS, you've been awesome. There's too many people to even really thank right now. There's been so many incredible contributors. We do have the Discord group going, and we have a bunch of really, really awesome SPOs in there currently who are, from what I can tell, more than happy to jump in and engage with people. So if anybody has questions, comments, funny memes, scam alerts, anything of that nature, feel free to pop into the Discord group for Epochs End. There's also a live show chat for people to jump in. Maybe if you don't want to speak, but you want to get some ideas out there, a live chat for the show.
I have been guilty of not looking at that. I think we should probably have somebody who's a speaker who looks at just at the Discord chat, because if I look at it, I get distracted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. It's not a bad idea. But yeah, so
Anybody wants to
Guru, who
volunteer?
gets the NFT? Who gets the NFT?
Oh, good question. It's been a strange one. Have you given Bullish Dumpling an NFT yet? Because she's been awesome. She's always come on. She's shown up and she's given us information of value, things I can't find elsewhere. She's given me updates on China that I really value.
We have given her one, Guru. Sorry to cut you off. Darth, I got yours. I see you waving down there. I got you, bro. Don't worry. He got one last time. Magic Cat, I got yours as well. Stop yelling at me, guys. Okay. Ow! But Bullish Dumpling did get one.
Have you guys given one to Epoch Pool? I really like that story about him and his friend helping.
We haven't sent it yet, but he's on the list of people who's owed one. Yes.
Oh.
The Bird got one.
Hero Pool?
Hero. I don't think Hero has gotten one.
The Hero's been awesome. He's really helped with the Discord. He's been in there giving people, real information and just selflessly, and I love that. He's been very committed to spreading good information.
Yeah, shout out, Hero. Thank you, man. That's been awesome. Let me see. I have a little list of who's got one coming. Yeah, it doesn't look like I owe Epoch Pool one, I owe Bio Pool one, I owe Magic Cat, I owe James, and I owe Darth. Who's in the space right now. Shout out to Darth. So yeah, Hero. Congratulations, man. You just got a exclusive Epochs End NFT. Guarantee that'll get to you by 2020.
One day, what I'm going to do, and okay, this is not so much of a promise, it's an intention, because I don't know if I'll have time to do this, but I want to create a smart contract where you can send all this Epochs Ends NFT for some sort of benefit, and I'm not quite sure what. So hold on to them, don't get rid of them, and make sure you remember where you've put them.
All right. Sounds good to me, guys. Next
Thanks
Epochs End.
Happy
of course.
End.
Thank you, Lead Time, for always jumping in and sharing good information. And Epoch. So if you guys can make it out, Guru, you as well. Let's all chat again on Sunday. I hope everyone's able to make it, but we do understand that life happens. So, obviously.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing the show to happen. Your support makes it possible. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for showing up, and speak to you all in 5 days. Enjoy your rewards and don't spend it all in one go.
Boom. Awesome, guys. We'll talk soon. Happy Epochs End. Have a great epoch.